Recording. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing very, very well. Getting away with murder. I thought I'd do a little bit of an update video. A lot of people are asking how things are going and all sorts of stuff. Talk about what's going on in my life, talk about that thing that BMW have just launched, and a few other bits. So if you want to listen to me ramble about some stuff for about 10-15 minutes, join me. First of all, before we get into anything, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who came and said hello to me at the ABR festival. I met some very, very nice people. Sorry. Being honest, sometimes my social battery can run out very, very quickly, but that's way easier when it comes to talking to people that are just genuinely normal, nice people. This year was far, far more social. It was so much more social than last year. But every single person that came up and said hello, spent a bit of time with us, like they were just lovely, lovely people. So if you're one of those people, thank you very, very much. It was really nice actually to have, we had people like Ollie, Dave, Joe, Mike, all those kinds of people that had all come along with us, and we were camping together, and obviously with the usuals like Mark from Leeds. House-wise, I know not a lot of people are interested in this, but I've had quite a few people asking me how the house is going. Getting there is probably the easiest way of putting it. New boiler put in, we've got new windows going in August, I think it is, start of August. New upstairs windows, which costs the same as a kidney. Had to finance a lot of it. All my finance deals have gone from bikes and cool stuff to boilers and windows. We've knocked through the bathroom wall into the toilets, 60s and 70s style. You had a bathroom and toilet next to each other but separate. So we've knocked through that wall. And yeah, we've sort of just working through tasks and whatever, but overall, really glad we moved. I went back to Hertfordshire the other week, and nothing against anyone that lives there, but I've lived there for 25 years or whatever it is, and I just did not miss it. Emma loves it as well, so 1000% the right move, and I'm so glad. Shall we talk about the GSA? The mighty 1300 GSA. Obviously I stuck it on my Instagram story. I got a very similar response to when they launched the 1300. Over the course of 2 or 3 days with the 1300, I had a few people messaging me going, do you know what, it's actually not that bad, I quite like it, or I'm definitely not sold on it, but it looks a bit more sleek and all that sort of stuff. 3 days or 4 days since I've put that on my story, and not a single person says they like it. Paul Sparrow, who's one of the patrons, is probably the most positive out of the lot, just saying I'd have to see it in person kind of thing. My thoughts on it, in a way, I quite like that they've gone for a really rugged, utilitarian, boxy kind of look with like the, just looking at my crotch, but there's an anchor point down here, and it looks very utilitarian, very off-road, almost like the Ineos Grenadier or a Land Rover Defender or something like that. That's the kind of look they've gone for with it. A lot of people are saying it looks like it's been made by Lego or made out of Lego. It is a bit of an abomination, but it's not the worst like looking bike I've seen. You GS boys definitely can't say this KTM's an ugly bike now. So I quite like it, like in a weird way, but like it is an ugly adventure bike. The one thing I didn't understand about the launch, it's very heavily focused to almost like a let's give Ewan and Charlie these and send them off to Magadan again. Which, yes, if it's loaded up and it looks rugged and it's got knobblies on and all that kind of stuff, it will look cool. Or it will look... Sorry, just wait for my airbox to shut up. It will look rugged. But, and there's a big but, 99.9% of those are never ever going to be taken off-road, even by very capable off-road riders. Dave Ashpole is a key example of this. He has a GSA. He's a very, very competent off-road rider. Don't get a trouser tent, Dave. I know I'm blowing smoke up your arse. Yet he still won't really take his bike off-road because he's like, well, it's a 260 odd kilo adventure bike. Why am I going to take a GSA off-road? There will be that 1% of people that will take them on a trip or whatever, but they're going to spend most of their time on the road. If you are going to take a bike off-road and have it rugged and loaded up and ready for adventure, you don't want a bike that already weighs 270 kilos. I reckon that GSA with side panniers and a top box and roll bag and whatever loaded up is easily over 300 kilos without even trying. Then you sit on it and you're probably 90, 100 kilos. That's 400 kilos. And if you had a pillion on the back, that's nearly 500 kilos. You're like, Jesus Christ. I say to one of the guys on Instagram that 59-year-old Nigel is not going to be able to pick up a 300 kilo adventure bike in Starbucks car park. I think they start at like 19 grand. The TE version, which is the highest spec one, or higher spec one, with the adaptive auto clutch thing, you know, like the DCT basically, is 21.5 or 21.9 or something like that. So you kind of go, oh okay, well actually it's 21.5 grand. That's expensive, but you're kind of getting what you pay for. By the time that's spec'd up with luggage and all that sort of stuff, you're easily going to be pushing 30 grand. As a key example of this, the side bags, the ones that go on here, you know, the ones that clip into the crash bars on the side, so they're 4 litres each. 4 litres. To put that into perspective, my SW Motec Pro Micro, the one that I put on the monkey bike, is 5 litres. So they are 4 litre bags each. Take a wild guess at how much they are. This is in euros, but you'll have to convert for whatever currency you're in. But I can't remember the exact number, but it was essentially 720 euros. Or it might have been 715 or something like that. 700 euros. 8 litres of storage. For £700. That's absolutely mental. Like, ridiculous. So yeah, I think like it's gonna be... Oh, that's pretty. Ah, that's pretty neat. So yeah, it's gonna be an expensive bike. Most bikes are now though. But, it is what it is, isn't it? So all of this sort of stupidly expensive new bikes and stuff is definitely pushing me towards older bikes. Little hint of what's coming up. It's not going to stop anyone buying it. Anyway, enough of that GS. I've seen nothing on my Instagram apart from that GS for the last 3 days, so kudos to their marketing department, I guess. The winners from the 10,000 subscriber giveaway have seemed really happy. Paul Webb seems very, very happy with his new jacket. The gloves should have gone out to the winner called Lyndon today, I think, or yesterday. They took a little bit longer because the guys were at ABR prepping for that. The receivers of the Mad for Bikes gift boxes seem very, very happy with their stuff as well. So thank you very, very much to everyone that jumped on that. And I'm glad you guys like your prizes. I'm going to be doing quite a bit more work with Mad for Bikes, I think, because they're just lovely blokes. Like, they're just really, really down-to-earth, normal, nice people. I don't get any kickback from it, but I have got a discount code which is 10% off. I'll stick it on screen here. It's SamV10, I think it is. They do send me a load of chain cleaners and stuff like that all the time for free, so that's kind of my get back from that. If you're thinking about buying something through like a big corporate company, give them a shout. I've just fitted chain and sprocket to the bike. They supplied that for me at a decent price. They've obviously supplied the Rhino walk bags and stuff like that I've used in the past. Chain lubes and all that kind of stuff. Get it through them. Like, oh, just brilliant. I'll stop going on about them now, but yeah. So if you can support them, please do. And yeah, like I said, discount code in the description, on the end card and down the bottom. Very, very quickly, things coming up on the channel, as I said about 10 minutes ago, and I've just sort of gone on another ramble. There's a couple of reviews on the horizon. I've got these Dunlop Trail Max Raids, I've got this WRS Capinord screen coming up as well. I've got a big comparison test coming up with these things, which are the Android Auto Apple CarPlay devices. So replacing that thing up there, which is my Garmin Zumo XT, and it's got all the Android Auto features, so I can make phone calls through it, I can listen to my music, scroll through Spotify. So yeah, having something like this where I've actually got Google Maps and access to Google and all these sorts of different things, meaning I can actually search for something via voice, I think. I've got this one, which is the Carparide, which is probably the most common one. I've got one from a company called One Car Stereo. I've got one from a company called Aochi, can't remember exactly how you pronounce it. And also Steve from a bike thing has sent me a Chiggy, which is the ones that they stock at a bike thing. So yes, I've got 4 of them to test, so I'm going to be doing a bit of a mega test between them to see which one's best, or which one I think is best. I think there's going to be an element of... They're all Android Auto, Apple CarPlay devices, so they're all very, very similar. They're running the same kind of software. It's just how tactile they are, what they look like, how they are to use, how slow or fast they are to respond, how easy they are to use with gloves on, that kind of thing. In 2 weeks' time, I think it is, I've got my first press bike coming. I'm so excited. And the reason I am very, very excited is because it starts with K, ends with R, it has TM 1390 Upajuke in the middle of it. So that is my first loan bike from KTM, and I am stupid excited. I probably won't be after I've done the mileage I'm planning to do on it. I'm going to have a very, very sore behind. No jokes, please. But that is coming in a few weeks' time. KTM are going to be a bit pissed off with the amount of mileage I put on it, I'm sure. The Monkey is currently still off the road, / not running, for various reasons, but something I've done to it. So it will be coming back soon, hopefully. I just need to get off my behind and actually do something with it. So there's a lot coming on the channel, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm trying to run 3 jobs pretty much. I'm trying to do my actual job, run a YouTube channel, and renovate a house, all at the same time. I've got too many hobbies and not enough money. Bloody Nora, this thing's quick! So thank you very, very much for joining me. I will see you in next week's video. Bye!